The air inside the bank was thick with tension, a palpable force that seemed to press down on everything within its walls. It was the kind of tension that could only be cut with the serrated edge of fear, a fear that gnawed at the edges of their resolve. Three figures, shrouded in black ski masks, moved with the precision of seasoned predators, their every step calculated, their every breath measured. Their leader, a man whose eyes betrayed a lifetime of hardened choices, barked orders in hushed tones, his voice a low growl that brooked no argument.
Vault! Now! Move it!
Sweat dripped from his brow, a testament to the high stakes of their gamble. Each drop a reminder of the razor-thin line between success and failure. Their target safety deposit box number 237, a seemingly innocuous box that held the promise of untold wealth. Rumored to contain a treasure trove of uncut diamonds, the box was their golden ticket, their one shot at a life beyond the shadows. For these men, it was more than just a heist. It was a chance at redemption. Or so they believed. Each man carried his own burden, a past marred by mistakes and regrets. This heist was their way out, their chance to rewrite their stories. The tension in the air was not just from the fear of getting caught, but from the weight of their hopes and dreams hanging in the balance. As they moved closer to their goal, the stakes grew higher, the risks more palpable. But in their hearts, they knew that this was their moment, their one shot at a future they had only dared to dream of. Outside, the midday sun beat down on the bustling city. The streets were alive with the hum of everyday life, a symphony of footsteps, chatter, and the occasional honk of a car horn. Oblivious to the drama unfolding within the bank's granite walls, life went on. People hurried to their destinations, unaware of the tension brewing just a few feet away. But the wail of approaching sirens soon shattered the illusion of normalcy. The sound grew louder, cutting through the city's ambient noise like a knife. A rookie cop, barely a year on the force, was the first to arrive. His heart raced as he stepped out of the patrol car, the weight of his duty pressing down on him. He gripped his service weapon, his pulse quickening. The cold metal felt both reassuring and terrifying in his hand. The dispatcher's words echoed in his mind. Possible armed robbery in progress. He replayed the message over and over, trying to steady his nerves. His training kicked in, urging caution, but a surge of adrenaline propelled him forward. Each step felt heavy, yet he moved with a sense of purpose. He couldn't shake the feeling that he was walking into the lion's den. The bank loomed ahead, its doors a gateway to the unknown. His hand hovered over the butt of his gun, ready to draw at a moment's notice. Every muscle in his body was tense, coiled like a spring. His heart pounded against his ribs. This was it. The moment he had trained for, yet hoped would never come. The rookie cop took a deep breath, steeling himself for whatever lay ahead. The city around him seemed to fade away, leaving only the sound of his heartbeat and the distant wail of sirens. Inside the vault, the incessant screech of metal on metal grated on their nerves. The leader, his patience wearing thin, slammed his fist against the vault door. Time was running out. The sirens grew louder, a constant reminder of the tightening noose.
We need more time.
The leader, a man who thrived under pressure, knew they had reached a critical juncture. They were trapped. He made a decision, a dangerous gamble that would change everything. He grabbed a nearby gas canister and a lighter. One word escaped his lips, laced with desperation.
Firebomb.
The arrival of the SWAT team ratcheted up the tension. Armed to the teeth and ready for any eventuality, they formed a tactical perimeter around the bank. Sergeant Miller, a seasoned negotiator with a voice as calm as a summer breeze, stepped forward. His job to defuse the situation, to prevent bloodshed.
We know you're in there, let's talk.
Silence. The only sound was the faint crackling of the firebomb, a ticking clock counting down to chaos. Minutes stretched into an eternity. The tension in the air was palpable, each second dragging on as if time itself had slowed down. The room was filled with an oppressive silence, broken only by the occasional creak of the floorboards and the distant hum of city life outside. Every tick of the clock seemed louder, echoing the anxiety of those waiting for the inevitable conclusion. Finally, a figure emerged from the bank, hands raised in surrender. The sight was almost surreal, a stark contrast to the chaos that had unfolded just moments before. The police moved in swiftly, their presence a reassuring force in the midst of uncertainty. It was one of the accomplices, his face pale with fear. The reality of the situation had clearly set in, and the bravado that might have been present earlier was now replaced with sheer terror. His eyes darted around, searching for an escape that no longer existed.
He led the police to the vault where they found the leader, his eyes filled with a mixture of defiance and resignation. The heist was over. The vault, once a symbol of their audacious plan, now stood as a testament to their failure. The leader's expression was a complex blend of emotions, knowing that their carefully laid plans had crumbled.
As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the city, justice prevailed. The city, bathed in the golden hues of twilight, seemed to breathe a collective sigh of relief. The long arm of the law had reached out and restored order, reminding everyone that crime, no matter how meticulously planned, would not go unpunished. The stolen diamonds were recovered and the perpetrators were apprehended. The glittering jewels, once symbols of greed and ambition, were now evidence of a crime thwarted. The police meticulously catalogued each piece, ensuring that justice would be served in the courtroom as well. But the events of that day served as a stark reminder of the high cost of greed and the unwavering pursuit of justice. The streets, now quiet and calm, bore witness to the relentless efforts of those who protect and serve. The criminals, once confident in their scheme, now faced the sobering reality of their actions. Justice, though sometimes slow, is always certain.